Hi folks, this is Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, and this is my second Guess What Sold on eBay video. Now let me do a really quick, very quick explanation. I opened up my shop in early January, so this is the last day of February. My shop hasn't quite been open for 2 months yet, and the very first Guess What Sold on eBay video was for things that sold, some of the things that sold in the month of February. Now I'm going back and showing you some of the things that sold in the very first month that my shop was open in January. And I'm not really sure why I did February 1st and now I'm going backwards and doing January. I'm a little bit out of order, but I'm going to do it anyway. And so as my shop grows and I add more and more items to my inventory, maybe then I'll do what sold every 2 weeks, and then if I have enough sales, I'll do what sells every week. So let's see what sold, some of the things that sold in the month of January. First item you can see here is a pair of cast iron owl bookends. They are signed, but it was very difficult for me to read the signature, and I never really was sure what foundry made them. You can see right here there's a signature, but again, I wasn't sure who made them. I knew they were from the 20s, stylized owls, and they were really cool. Nice patina, original condition. They sold for $49.99 plus $10 shipping. I also sold a cake plate, 1930s Jeanette Pink Depression cake plate for $22.99, which I picked up at a Goodwill for just a couple bucks. I bought maybe 4 or 5 of these glass cake plates, and oddly enough, this particular plate, I sold it to someone who collects cherries, and you can see right in the middle are cherries. This is a, well, the artist Max Breutel actually autographed this one. He was the guy that did all these medical drawings. And let me see if I can show you. And he actually, I think this is the one that he signed, that he autographed. Yeah, his autograph is right there, 1919. There are some better pictures of it. This was one of those large things that would either hang in a classroom or in a medical classroom, and they were all in pieces. And so you can see copyright 1918. I broke these up. There's his signature. I broke these up into about 4 or 5 separate posters. This one with the autograph, I was asking $99, and I actually ended up taking about, I think, $75 or $70 for it because it was signed. And I think I shipped that one to Colorado. Here's a group of cut to clear little cordial glasses. This is when the glass has on these anyway, it's a flashed on color, and then they cut away to the clear. That's why it's called cut to clear with gilded edges. Really pretty, 30 bucks for the set of those. Excuse me. This was a cool find at one of my flea markets. A 1920 slag glass lampshade. Just the shade, as you can see right here, it's missing. Well, that part right there, where the sockets would be underneath that would actually be on the base. I paid $20 for this and sold it for close to $300. There's the cat. That's the cat. He didn't get sold with it. But a really nice shade, and it had no damage on it at all. I really don't like shipping these, but I did, and thankfully it made it there without being broken. And what's funny is you can see it sold for $261. And when I picked up the shade, I said to the guy, "Do you have the base?" And he said, "Yeah, I sold the base last week and couldn't find the shade." And I was mad because the base and the shade together would have doubled the price. Instead of that, would have been like a $600 lamp. But anyway, paid 20 bucks, sold it for 261. That was really nice in January to make that sale. This was in my thrift haul video. I think the first thrift haul video I did. This little Camel cigarette thermometer. I was asking $69.99, and I ended up selling it for about 50 bucks because there were several of them online. It's not that rare. A 1970s Pyrex bowl, $22.99 in the, I think it's called Autumn, wait a minute, is it Autumn Harvest? Yes, Autumn Harvest pattern. $22.99 plus they paid the shipping. That is a little kitchen gadget with a red handle. Let's see if you can see it. It's some kind of a bottle opener, I guess from the 1930s or 40s. And I think I paid 99 cents for that and very quickly sold it for $12. Two records that I shipped to Poland. They sold for $59.35. I have been dealing in 78 RPM records for a very, very long time, so I do know what to look for. These were Columbia records recorded here in the U.S. in the early 1920s. And someone in Poland bought them, and I shipped them back to Poland. A Weller vase I picked up for, did I pay, I think I paid $15 for this Weller vase. It's in one of my earlier thrift haul videos. The first video I did, I think. And that sold for, I did take less than $149. I think I sold it for $120. There's the Weller mark on the bottom. Kind of a blurry mark, but it's definitely Weller. And in the silver tone finish. I love art pottery. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, that vase would have been twice that much. Art pottery has really come down. Aren't as many collectors out there. Little Art Deco kitty cat. It didn't sell for $34.99. I think I sold it for about 20 bucks. But it was only, what, 6 inches tall? Paid a couple bucks for that. Art Deco, 1930s. Two prints. These are similar. The artist is called David Davidson. They're very similar to Wallace Nutting prints, and they are signed. It was hard to see it underneath of the glass, but there it is. Come on, there's the signature. David Davidson. And An Afternoon Call is the name of that print. He did these prints of idealistic colonial New England scenes. And that one, something Wisteria. They were photographs that are tinted, but then somehow they're actually, I think, either prints or lithographs. And I shipped those up to New England. Someone bought them there, probably to resell or maybe to put in their house. A little lady head for 11 bucks from the 50s, and Elegant Depression glass, and I didn't even know the pattern. I could not find it. I thought it was Fostoria chintz, but I did some closer research and it really wasn't Fostoria chintz, and so I just said, you know, I don't know, but somebody bought it for $19.99, and I just put 1930s Elegant Depression glass. That's a little 1930s egg cooker. It's got its original instructions on it and very well marked on the bottom. You put your water in it and then put some eggs in, plug it in the original cord. Somebody paid 25 bucks for that. So vintage kitchen things are hot. Even things from the 30s. It's not all mid-century. Little Pyrex bowl. I don't know why I listed this as promotional turquoise casserole dish. I think I just might have copied that from somebody else. But the Bluebird bowl with its lid did sell for $24.99. $24.99. 78 RPM records. Again, as I said, I've been collecting and selling these for a long time. Billy Murray was a pioneer recording artist, has a huge following. He made thousands of records from like 1910 into the early 40s. And I always group my Billy Murray records together. These are Victor records, acoustic Victor records, probably by the look of the label. They were all recorded sometime prior to 1925. And that lot of 9 records sold for 51 bucks. I sold a lot of records, but I'm not going to show you anymore. Here's another one of those posters that would be in the wall hanging, designed by Max Brudel, with an umlaut over the O. That one sold for 50 bucks. I did really well on all those posters. 1933 Montgomery Ward catalog sold for $29. I hated to part, well, I don't want to say hated to part with it, but I really studied this catalog before I sold it because just you could learn so much about furniture and different things that were for sale at that time by looking through an original catalog, and a lot of color to it. People love old catalogs. All right, we're almost there. Some little Pixies, and they had some issues. A mouse got into these and had his breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't know. They were marked Napco on the back. See, Japan. But I think, like, see here, the mouse chewed him up, and the mouse tried to get into the back of this dude's head right here. But these things still sold for $21, even with the little mouse who chewed them up. And a teapot, English teapot with a cozy on it, sold for $15. That's what the pot looks like. And there's the metal cozy that goes over the top of it, which is actually lined, has a lining in it. See? Cool little teapot. And I think the last item to show you is something that everybody needs, a 1960s novelty toilet transistor portable AM radio made in Hong Kong, sold for $13.50. And yes, you turn it on, it's AM, and the music comes out of the toilet bowl. All right, so that's some of my stuff that sold. Now, I've shown you January and February. Tomorrow is March 1st. I'll do another one of these maybe in 2 weeks if I have some decent sales within the first 2 weeks. So thanks everybody for watching my video. I have 12 subscribers, and I think that's fantastic for 2 months. So thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. Did I sell things too cheaply? Did I rip people off? Did you see anything you liked? And also hit the subscribe and the like button. This is Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop saying so long for now.